Hi there, Ted Harger from Marketing for Hippies, and this video is about just a very small semantic thing. You've heard me talk before about your ideal client is on island A, especially if you're a service provider. They're on island A, yeah, and they want to be on island B. On island A, there's some problem they have. On island B, there's a result they're craving. And a phrase came to me this morning, because I've often said island A is where they have a symptom, yeah, that they don't like in some way. But I might rephrase that to a symptom they're sick of. Yeah, they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because it's not just a result they want, it's a result they are craving. That's important. Because if we just talk about it as, well, what's a problem they have and what's a result they want, you might pick a problem that, yeah, they have that problem, but there's not much motivation to deal with it. Is there a result? Sure, it'd be nice to get that result, but they're not craving it. So it's got to be a symptom they're sick of and a result that they are craving. There has to be some urgency in their experience of those issues. Sick enough of it that they're willing to do something, and craving it enough that they're willing to do something. You know, some combination of both. In some situations, it's more that the pain is real, and then that's what's more prevalent. In some cases, it's the result they're craving, and the yearning is actually bigger than that's not that the problem, the current reality is so terrible. It's just they want something so badly. You know, maybe that's what makes the current reality unbearable. But sometimes there's an emphasis on one more than the other. You know, there's the story about a guy who gets lost in the country, and he pulls up to a farm to get directions. The old guy's sitting there on the porch in a rocking chair, just rocking back and forth, and his dog is sitting next to him. And the dog's moaning the whole time. And finally he says, "Sir, what's wrong with your dog? He seems to be upset or hurting or something." He looks down and says, "Oh yeah, he's lying on a nail." "Your dog's lying on a nail?" "Yeah, it sticks right out of the... Been meaning to fix it, but it sticks right out. He just laid down right on top of it." He says, "Why doesn't he move?" "Well, it doesn't hurt that bad." So for Island A, it's got to hurt that bad. It's got to be a symptom they're sick of. Otherwise, why would they spend the money? You don't. I don't. Who would spend money on something when it's not that bad yet? You know, there's lots of places to put our time and money, enjoyable things. So most of us, of course, we procrastinate and put things off until the last minute. It just seems to be human nature. We can make it wrong, or you can just say, okay, what's the perfect moment for me to show up in their life? It's not when the problem is beginning. They're getting the scent of it in the air. You know, you're not going to reach somebody when somebody's burned out, or if you're trying to help people prevent burnout. First of all, stop that. Stop selling prevention. But before they've burned out, there's no problem. Oh yeah, burnout is for other people. That would never happen to me. And then they burn out. And that's, oh, that was serious. But it won't happen again. I'll be smarter this time. So what's the moment to show up? When are they sick of it? After the second or third burnout. Yeah. So anyways, that's my thought. Really tending to the emotional urgency. What's the moment to show up? And it's got to be a moment where it's, I want to do it now. I don't want to wait anymore. That's where you're most likely to get a response in your marketing. One last analogy on this is there's a fellow, God, was it Tom Antion or was it, can't remember who, but a marketer, and he said, if you had a hamburger stand and you could only have one competitive advantage, what would it be? And people often say, oh, I'd want the best burgers, the best meat, local meat, organically raised, the best condiments, the best buns. The bun's really the thing. And he says, all those are interesting, nice answers. But there's actually one that would trump all of them. And it would be that your burger stand is right next to a hungry crowd. There you go. So if the crowd you're trying to reach isn't hungry, they're just not going to buy. You know, if you're walking down the street and you're not hungry and there's a hamburger stand, you don't spend money. Why would you? It's madness. Unless you really love burgers and want one for later when it's cold. So who's your hungry crowd? That's the question for today.